Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to dive straight into a moment that instantly grabs your attention. Right from the opening, the mix of music and applause sets the stage for a video that's part social commentary, part raw reality check. The speaker immediately addresses paternity fraud, framing it not as a trivial mistake, but as a serious societal issue. This first clip sets the tone for everything that follows. It's short, sharp, and provocative, making the audience stop and think. You can feel the weight of the conversation before even a full argument unfolds. This intro is all about setting suspense and emotional engagement. The viewer is drawn in instantly. It makes you curious about what comes next. Every second is designed to hook attention and make you want to hear more. This is the perfect entry point for the video, establishing the stakes and the emotional intensity that will carry through the entire discussion.
Struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me. They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men, because there are good men out there. As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just...
All right, guys, this section hits hard with real-world frustration. The speaker vents about the decline of traditional manners and the lack of help from men in public spaces. There's an emotional layer here as the audience witnesses someone genuinely upset, linking it to broader societal issues. It's not just a personal complaint. It's a reflection on shifting expectations between genders. The speaker explores the concept of equality, highlighting the tension between wanting authority, accountability, and respect. This clip is emotionally charged, creating suspense as viewers are left questioning the fairness of modern societal norms. The dialogue is relatable yet provocative, forcing viewers to reflect on their own experiences. The pacing is sharp, and the argument builds naturally toward deeper discussions about fairness, power, and responsibility. Every line feels purposeful, making it impossible to skip without missing context. The audience is primed for the next emotional revelation.
You tell me if you think this is fair. I'm 40 years old. I married this woman when I was 33. After only knowing her 7 months, and no, I ain't get no prenup or none of that, but she didn't have nothing. Me, I had a $1.5 million house in Hoover, Alabama. Me, I had the Mercedes in the driveway. I went to law school. I was the one up studying all them late nights. Didn't even know who this woman was back then, right? Now, you mean to tell me it took me 40 years to make all this, and this person who I've only known for 7 years, won't have?
Buckle up, everyone, because now we get a raw, first-person account perceived injustice. The speaker details his marriage and the financial imbalance that left him feeling wronged. It's personal, but it touches on universal concerns about fairness, equity, and legal outcomes in relationships. The intensity grows as he contrasts his years of hard work with the rapid gains of someone he barely knew. The suspense builds as the argument exposes gender biases and legal double standards. This part hooks the audience emotionally, blending frustration, vulnerability, and indignation. It's a high-stakes monologue where viewers feel tension and conflict in every sentence. By the end, the message is clear. This isn't just one story. It's a reflection on systemic issues. The speaker's passion drives the narrative, making it impossible to look away. It prepares the stage for the deeper emotional debates to come. Every word is crafted to hold attention and provoke thought.
When people are like, oh, men's mental health, oh, men are afraid of being emotional. Because it's not that men are afraid of being emotional.
So what is it they're afraid of then?
They're afraid of being a woman.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite it.
Men are afraid of showing their emotions because they're socialized not to show emotions in public, which is true. But I don't think they're afraid of showing emotions.
And why is that?
Because men show emotions all the time.
Can we have some examples?
They're more likely to express their anger and lash out. Like, those are extreme emotions. So it's not that they're afraid of expressing emotions. It's that as a society, we have labeled certain emotions as feminine. So emotions such as sadness, like tears, or love, like caring for others, those are considered to be feminine traits. And those are the emotions that men reject.
I don't believe it's rejection of those type of emotions. It's more like men oftentimes know the proper time and place to express such emotions, which is usually in private.
Because they don't want to be feminine, because the worst thing they can be is a woman.
It has nothing to do with being perceived as being feminine. It does, however, have everything to do with being perceived as showing weakness, which has nothing to do with being feminine, unless, of course, one is trying to equate femininity with weakness.
So when people are like, we should teach men to be more vulnerable, we should let them be more emotional. No, we should teach them to stop hating women. It's all about that.
Talk about missing the mark. It's really not about men hating women, because in fact most men don't. And that's not the reason why most men choose not to express their emotions in public. It's because they have been taught to always be strong. So most men choose to express their emotions privately.
A woman's value that she adds to a man is something that you cannot even put a price on, baby. It is something that you cannot even look at the amount, because guess what? What we're doing is we're elevating you and we're growing you in a way that you could not even imagine. Why do you think that all the politicians are married? I built every single man up that I've ever been with, baby.
All right.
When they leave me, they're in a much better position than when they got with me, and that's a fact.
The very last man you was with, how long was that relationship?
3.5 years.
When you met him, was he a millionaire?
No.
When you left him, was he a millionaire?
No.
You ain't made nobody nothing. A lot of these women talk about what they could do for a man and how good they are. Y'all ain't made nobody nothing. A lot of y'all have an overinflated ego. You're not bringing nothing to the table but problems, attitude, and tarnished and zesty coochie. So check your attitude. No, check your attitude, because y'all are not all that.
All right, guys, here we dive into a heated discussion on emotions, vulnerability, and societal expectations for men. The tension rises as conflicting perspectives challenge common assumptions about masculinity. The argument examines how men are socialized to express anger but not sadness, framing it as a cultural, not personal, issue. There's a lot of psychological insight here, wrapped in an engaging debate that keeps the viewer on edge. Each sentence builds suspense as listeners anticipate the next point of clash. The dialogue dissects vulnerability, connecting emotional repression with gender perceptions. The speaker's logic cuts through cliches, making it more than a debate. It's a revelation about human behavior. The clip is engaging and intellectually stimulating, while still carrying emotional weight. It's a turning point, preparing the audience for relationship value conflicts and the comedic interlude that follows. The delivery ensures the viewer stays fully immersed.
Mike, watch out. Be careful, be careful.
Be careful about what?
Be careful. Stir. More. You're going to let it burn. Stir.
Stop it. I'm making sausage.
Put some more oil. You need a little bit of oil in
I know
there.
how to make sausage?
No, put some oil in there. A little bit of oil.
I already put some in there.
Put some oil in there.
I already did.
Put some oil in there. Too much. That's way too much.
I didn't even get anything
It's going to be greasy now. Way too much oil. Stir.
Okay,
Stir. You're going to burn.
I am stirring
You're going to burn.
it.
Some pepper in there. You need some pepper in there.
I do that later.
Put some pepper in there. Oh, it's too much pepper. Oh my God. Too much.
What are you Why are you in here?
Because you just need to listen. And why are you not stirring? You're gonna mess it up.
Baby, you're making me nervous. Why are you doing this?
I don't know. Why don't you listen to me when you're cooking? You're gonna ruin the whole thing.
Because I'm cooking. Not you, me, I am. Why are you doing this?
Because I want you to know what it feels like when I'm driving.
Are you serious? Get out of here.
Oh, this one's going to ruffle some feathers, but I'm going to be completely honest.
So what I'd like to know, in this dating world for people like over 50, like, have men just kind of given up with the trying to date and the courting and all that?
The short and sweet answer to your question is yes. Yes, they have. They've given up. They're done. They're walking away.
Is it so bad out there, like, that you guys have just given up?
Now, bad doesn't even begin to cover it. Toxic, we could start with that.
Because, like, everybody I talk to says they go out on a date, and if the guy's buying dinner, then by the end of the night, he's saying, well, like, if I buy dinner, then I expect to have sex.
And there it is. Everybody you talk to, my gut feeling is, and I think it's obvious, everybody means women. Not men, women. And you're making assumptions based on what women are telling other women men are thinking, instead of listening to men.
First of all, as if, motherfuckers, like, that ain't happening.
And there's that toxicity I mentioned earlier. As if. Your assumption is that that's what all men are thinking and wanting. That's not the reality, but that's what you're working from. That's the premise. So why would any man, a good man, ever put himself in that position when the first response you're going to have is as if? Are there cads out there, guys, who would do that? Sure there are, but they are few and far between. But that doesn't matter. What matters is you're going to apply that label to every single man. And then, of course, there's the other side of it. There's women who try and sleep with men on the first date, but we don't talk about them. We label all men, but if you mention even one woman, it's but, it's not us. It's not fair to label all of us like that. It's a huge double standard. And speaking of double standards.
Okay, now if you put on your profile, I am not interested in a relationship, and if I buy you dinner, I would like to have sex at the end of the evening. Hey, good on you.
Seriously, you actually think guys would do that? Some guys might. Not the guys you want, or is it? Because the guys that would do that, they're the ones with the six-figure incomes, the six-pack abs, the 6-inch you-know-what. And they do that because they can, because they know women will respond to that. The average decent guy, the ones you claim you want, the ones you reject out of hand because they don't fit the sixes, they're not going to post something like that because that's not their expectation.
Oh, I love puppies and picnics in the park, and then you take somebody to dinner and you pull that shit, well, you know what? You're just a dumbass.
And there's the final clue for you. You assume that all guys are like that, so therefore all men are dumbasses. Why would any man want to date someone who thinks that way? That would be pure insanity on his part. It's why men are walking away. They're done, not just over 50, but at any age.
Buckle up, guys, because this part turns the heat up with a direct confrontation about value in relationships. The speaker claims to elevate men, only to be sharply countered about unrealistic expectations and ego. It's a clash of perspectives that highlights tension, pride, and emotional stakes. Every line resonates with viewers, forcing them to consider fairness, contribution, and perception in partnerships. The argument is both dramatic and reflective, providing insights into personal responsibility and relational dynamics. The suspense builds as the debate intensifies, holding attention as the conflict escalates. The pacing is natural yet sharp, giving each perspective its due weight. This part is essential because it bridges serious emotional discussion with relatable real-life conflicts. The dialogue is layered, thought-provoking, and carries strong impact. It leaves the viewer anticipating the lighter, yet symbolic, cooking argument. The stakes feel both personal and universally relatable.